ગુડ મોર્નિંગ ડિયર સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ, વેલકમ. આજે આપણે ઈ મીડિયામાં જે ટોપિક્સ બાકી રહી ગયા છે તે કવર કરીશું. લાસ્ટ જે લેક્ચર હતો એમાં આપણે ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ ઓફ ટેલિકોમ્યુનિકેશન, એસ્પેશિયલી વાય વી યુઝ ટેલિફોન, હાઉ શુડ વી યુઝ એની વાત કરી. સાથે સાથે આપણે ફેક્સ અને એમની પણ વાત કરી છે, વોઇસ મેઇલ. તો હવે એ મીડિયામાં જે બાકી રહ્યું છે તે એટલે કે ટેલિકોન્ફરન્સિંગ અને સાથે સાથે ઈમેલ, આની ચર્ચા આપણે કરીશું. તો વી ગો ફોર ટેલિકોન્ફરન્સિંગ. તો there are two words. One is tele and another is conferencing. In telephone also actually there are two words and combined into one. Phone means sound and tele means anything that is very far. So sound is coming from far the distance, that is telephone. Here tele, that is a distant place, and conferencing, it means coming together and sharing some ideas, or you can say meeting. So through phone you want to take a meeting or you want to attend the meeting, so that is teleconferencing. So group discussion can be done in a teleconferencing. Now uh, whatever we can do in a group, the same thing can be done by teleconferencing also. First of all, let me tell you how it takes a place. In this also, it is like a telephone. You make a call to someone, and same way with your line, you can also connect other people. I am using the word other people. It means more than uh, two people you can connect. Right now through mobile, uh, 9 people, 8 to 9 people are connected. So that is 9 people make a group and you can make a conference. But if you want to go through a larger audience and want to make a meeting, then there are some service providers. You contact them and they can make a management arrangement for your group meeting. So that is how you have to do anything. The way you are talking on a call, same way you have to make a talk to other people. It is like dyadic, means you talk and one person listens, and other person talks and you listen. Same thing also happens in teleconferencing. It means one person, anybody, when you connect to the group, when you connect to the conference, anybody speaks, and all other those who are connected with a phone, they can listen. And if somebody questions or answers, gives an opinion, or put some ideas forward, as in group, all these things take place. Same things can also rather do take place in this teleconferencing. It means as a group meeting is face to face in person, we handle the meeting. So, same meeting can be handled by phone also. How lovely arrangement! It gives a lot of benefit. Now, in teleconferencing, only you can listen to somebody's voice, or you can say it is only audio conference. Means you will not be able to see somebody's face or gestures and postures through voice. Uh, this is giving lot of advantages, but on the contrary, there are disadvantages also. uh, Advantage in the sense that no need to go to various places and talk to. As the phone gives benefit, uh, same are the benefits of teleconferencing. I mean, not going to one particular place to attend the meeting. From one place to another, traveling is saved, money is saved, physical energy is saved. Whatever work you have, you can continue, and only for the meeting, maybe 1 hour or 2 hour or something more, you can attend again, and again you come back to your work. That is how a lot of advantages are there. And remember that it is not only for one person, many people. So in a way, large scale time is saved, and quick decisions also can be taken, opinions can be done, or whatever things agendas are of a meeting, they can be done through teleconferencing. The disadvantages, if you think of, then uh, it is very difficult when we don't see somebody's face and communicate. Because we are people acquainted with the society, we always see person before us, and it becomes very easy to talk to him, as we can see somebody's gestures and postures. So face is seen, and through eyes, and through our head, through our lip movements, we can communicate a lot. So it's a kind of a effective communication can take place with the use of gestures and postures, and they are visible. In teleconference, these things you will miss. It means you have to depend upon only on somebody's voice, and sometimes voice may be disturbing, sometimes maybe poor communication, and sometimes two people may begin to speak. Uh, all these things take place. So these are the disadvantages, not seeing the person. But if we ignore, and we should, certain things definitely can be done through teleconferencing. And telephone is now very easily available to anybody, and hence this benefit should be taken. And people in India have started using this type of facility. So that is teleconferencing. Another is video conferencing. Uh, Difference is video in teleconferencing, or you can say audio conferencing, only voice is listened. And here, uh, all the benefits of telephone or audio are given, but additional is video, means you can see the person. So that is more effective than the audio conferencing or telephone conferencing. Video means you see the person. uh, as I told you, body language can be noticed, gestures and postures can be seen, and uh, we feel that we are connected to someone. A barrier between two people is lost, and it gives a type of intimacy, and hence focus remains there, concentration remains there, which may miss in audio conferencing. So in a meeting conference, your concentration is must, so that you can pay attention and understand very well. So difference between audio conference and video conferencing is this only: seeing the person. Other things are common. Nowadays, video conferencing is known as VC. People will be talking around you that one is going for VC, another person is going for VC. For that, you have to make a particular arrangements. Video conferencing can be done by two ways. One is one person is speaking and others are listening. They are unable to communicate with the speaker. So one way. Another way is a two-way communication. The speaker is giving you message, and the audience can also have his view, or may ask the question, may raise some issues. So two-way communication, and for that certain facilities are to be set up. And for that, again, you have to go to service providers, asking them these facilities, and they do. And nowadays, in government offices or in big firms, video conferencing is done. It is becoming, again, as I told you, very common, becoming very popular, and because it gives a lots of benefits, uh, people now prefer it. In all the fields, video conferencing is done. My dear friends, you are the students, and you will face also this kind of conferencing. You should learn it because nowadays interviews are held through video conferencing. There may be a team, and you have to remain at home and answer the questions. So, concepts of interview are changing, and by the time you go to the society for getting a job, you will have to face those things. And that's why we teach you audio conferencing, video conferencing, and all these e-media, so that in real practice you can be acquainted and you can have confidence, and that way you can support yourselves with these ways of communication. So for interviews, VCs can be very useful, and if you have gone through them, if you have little bit knowledge, then you won't be troubled at all. One more thing is that now with video conferencing, you can also make presentations also, and that gives a sharpness to your interview. Sometimes one may not be very powerful in communication, oral speech, but there is no need. In interview, one does not uh, assess how quickly or how fluently you can speak, but whether you can understand particular things and answer. Those things can be checked, and you have to respond them. So with the small presentation, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes, but it helps you a lot. It gives you a great benefit. Tremendous advantages can be reached, and that's why video conferencing will be helpful. You will think that only for students interviews. No, in public life also, these video conferencing and interviews are held in business houses, especially in big firms, MNCs, multinational companies, where conferencing becomes very powerful and very useful, because headquarter of a company may be somewhere in European country or the USA or outside, and employees of that MNC may be everywhere. So the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, may handle the meeting to its employees anywhere. Nowadays, people will be working in such companies. World is becoming a small village. Now, we cannot expect that you will be working in local town also, dealing with the local people only. We'll have a small pan cabin or a lorry. We always wish that our students go out and work. It doesn't mean that even though you are having a small house, you are dealing with the local people, but when you have to expand the business, when you think over certain boundaries and limitations, certainly these things will be helpful. Better we are acquainted with video conferencing. So that is how uh, benefits of telephone, voicemail, teleconferencing, and two types, audio conferencing and video conferencing, will help you. These are the certain media very common around us. Hence, These sharpen our communication skills. So we end the talk about conferencing, and now we go to another topic, that is last one in e-media, and that is email. When we listen to the word email, immediately we understand that it is a mail, like voicemail, and email means electronic mail. When we say electronic, it means it reaches from one place to another place very quickly, very fast. Within a blink, your message reaches to somewhere. Benefits of email are plenty. Uh, Nowadays, email is almost becoming compulsory, and people are using it also. And students like you must, I say must, now start using email. Sometime back, sometime hardly a month back, I thought that e-media are to be taught at college levels only. But when I went to a village and asked a ninth class girl, I was talking about English subject, and I came to know that she was learning emails. It means email is in ninth standard now, in 10th classes, and some more. It means higher school now, higher secondary schools. These e-media are taught, but what I found is that students they learn only part of textbook only. They learn only theory. They learn by heart only, or whatever teachers teach in the class, routine way they listen and then they forget. Even though they pass HSC, SSC, and all those standards, hardly they know what email means. And when they come to college, again the exercise we have to start. Even grammatical items, for example, we teach to you, basically they are taught at the primary schools and higher secondary schools. So, repeating those things, sometimes we raise questions to ourselves, is it better to teach certain things which you have learned at the lower level? Sometimes we make fun of ourselves. Oh, we are teaching tenses and parts of speech to college students. But when we ask the students, when we assess the question papers, or we communicate in the class, we come to know that these are the basic things that they don't know. And hence, again, thinking that there is a blank slate, we start teaching to you all these things. Same way, email. My purpose is that what we think about email, we don't pay attention, but it's a very easy one and a very convenient one. Once you learn it, once you start using it, it will be a practice, helpful to you very much. Confidence will grow, a communication a tool will you have, and enriching yourself all the way. Well, so email means electronic mail. Through electronic medium, your message is communicated from one place to another place. The only thing that you need to know and need to do is having computer and internet connection. Two things. Now, when I say computer, now forget the desktop computer, bigger screen, etc., or laptop. Your mobile is your computer. So, one must have either a computer or a mobile. And then, uh, earlier we used to say that people whether will have internet connection or not. Now, when you have mobile, most of the phones are having now 4G connections. Only 3 or 4 years back, 2G connections were available, and 3G were advanced stage. But now, even we have reached to 4G connections. No doubt in the Western countries, people have gone beyond 8 to 9 generation. But uh, looking at the contemporary situations of our country, uh, 4G is also now a very good one. Because we are in that particular condition, we use it. So you have 4G connection. It means there is no problem of internet. And matter of handling your mobile or computer and internet, basic things you must know, and that way you can use email. Email means your address. You require, as you send somewhere letter, then on envelope or on postcard or on a particular uh, packed cover, you write a receiver's address, and then at the receiver's address your mail, your letter is sent, it is delivered. In email, physically no mail will be dropped into your box, but a soft copy is dropped in your box. Now box means it's a kind of arrangement where certain messages reach. For example, you have WhatsApp account, no, in your mobile. So you know how to do it, and WhatsApp messages you get. Remember that it is also e-media. Same way you use Facebook, you have to open the account, Instagram, uh, and that is your email ID identification where to send particular mail. So many of the companies are providing mail facilities, Gmail facility, and Yahoo and other networks are available. You can use anyone. I don't say that you use only one particular one, but you come across, see, ask the people, uh, begin, and if you uh, believe someone's opinions, those who are people constantly using mail, and asking them, you can go for a certain particular uh, mail providing companies and open the account. So first of all, for email, you must have a computer or a mobile, then you must have internet, and then you must have email ID, and then you can send the email. Now email is very fast, very at a time. At a time means at a single moment, uh, lots of your letters can be sent to many people. Now, let me tell you that if you write, for example, 50 letters only in Bhavnagar city, at the various places, and suppose one person is giving delivery to all 50 people, then how much time will be taken? Right? Perhaps full day you have to move from one place to another, going to Anandnagar and next time going to Kumbharwada, and then Bhavnagar Para, and then Kalia Bid, and then Gayatri Nagar, and then Subhash Nagar, and the middle areas into the town. 50 letters, and in a day, full day is lost, and how much energy and other matters also have to be thought. But if you have 50 ID mails, addresses, and in 1 second you can send same letter to all 50 people, How wonderful, how quickly 50 people gets a message in 1 or 2 seconds. So think about full one day. And here email giving great advantage. Uh, as I tell you, not only 50, as many as mails you want to send to someone, you can at a time. Maybe more than 100 also you can send, no matter. A group, maybe more than 200, 500 people. So, how wonderful. What a great advantage you can reap. So, email is very, very useful. But you should also know how to use internet. So first of all, you learn how to open the account, and it is not very difficult because you have already opened your accounts, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and many other things. Same way, use email ID. Now, how it can be done? When you have opened the email account and then you want to write email on your mobile screen or computer, they will ask what you want to do. Then there will be a one section, compose email. Compose means write, you want to write. So click on that and automatically a box will open. And in box, you have to use common sense. Things will be written from. Now from means automatically your email ID will be written, and then to who you want to send the email. So two column row will appear. You write down an email address to, and then there is a CC. Do you want to send the same email to other people? Then you use CC. I will explain you everything. And then BCC, you can also write there. But two, and then one or two addresses you write down. And then a bigger box, blank, appears where you have to write the message, whatever you want to give to someone. And then below that box, other options, many options are available. I will not talk all about them, but basic. And then send option is available there. Other options are there. For example, if you want to change, save the draft, you can add something. But presently we say that send, and then immediately your message is sent, and computer or mobile will tell you that your message has been sent. So four or five columns are there. To, from, subject line is also there, in which you have to mention subject, and then basic message, and send. That's all. Now, other columns, I will tell you that what is CC. CC means a carbon copy. You know, earlier when we wrote a letter, we put a carbon paper in between two blank papers. So when you write something, another copy is also uh, done. You get it. So carbon copy helps you get one more copy of the same letter. Now you can have photocopy machines, and one copy you write and get photocopies of the other document, as many as you want. But in the past it was very difficult. But even carbon paper may not help you to bring out more than two. For example, two carbon papers you put, and one plus two copies you can have. And same copy, because you have to press your hand very much, may not be good handwriting, may not be able to write as many things as you want to. So getting out copies, handwritten copies with the help of carbon is always difficult. But here in writing email, that is not the problem. Only one letter you write, and then in CC column, you can write some addresses. I am using the word some. Some means you may write two addresses, five addresses, 10 addresses, and then you can send. So you wrote two one address and same letter you want to send other people, so maybe 10 or 15 addresses you write in CC. So 1 plus 15 and letter, so one copy will be sent to all other people. So that is how at one time 15 copies or whatever email IDs you have written in CC, those people will get. Now CC means carbon copy, but uh, there are certain things, and that is whatever email addresses you have written in CC column, all the receivers will come to know. Means all 15 people will come to know that I am the receiver of this email, and save me, except me, other who are other people that they have also received email. So you can see that these are the 15 people who have sent, who have received email. So there is no secret. All 15 people knows that this is the same email all of them have received. So that is CC. Everybody comes to know. No privacy, no secret. So that is CC. Another column is there, BCC. Now CC, you know, carbon copy. BCC means blind carbon copy. Blind means it is not seen. Now in that column also you can write as many addresses as you want to. And suppose there also you have written one letter to one particular person, that is a 2, only one address. And then in CC you have written 15, and then again you write more 15 address in BCC. So in a way 31 people will receive 1 plus 15 plus 15. 15 people in CC, they know. But email addresses you have written in BCC, those receivers will never come to know that who are other recipients. Only they get, and they think that the letter is for me, not others. It means whatever addresses you have written in BCC, they are totally unknown to one another. One person doesn't know who is the other receiver, the other person doesn't know who is the third receiver. People mentioned in BCC are totally blind for the other people's communication. So that is BCC. Now, why BCC and why CC? Sometimes you say that, look, this notice particular, for example, shifting of the time, right? And people may doubt that whether I am told to change my tomorrow's timetable. Then you read, oh, not I am informed, but there are also other people, they have been also informed. So one person's doubt will be removed, and he would think that, well, all these 15 people are also told that next day their time is there in that. So 15 people comes to know about changing of the time. So that is a good thing. Now sometimes the person wants to keep the secret. For example, 15 people have done something wrong. They have not attended the meeting, they have not submitted the report, or they have not followed certain rules. Things against rules have taken place, and the manager or the CEO wants to send a notice to all 15 people. he would write down 15 people address in BCC. So uh, all people will get notice, but only one person will come to know that he is sent notice, not the other people. He doesn't want that other people should know who are other people that have not followed the discipline, and the notice, show cause notice is sent. Maybe some decisions are to be kept secret. Maybe certain things are to be followed by certain people. Means you want to keep secret for some people. Then those addresses can be written in BCC. It's a very good thing, not always bad thing. That is how BCC you can do it. Now about subject line. Subject line means why you write an email. That particular main idea, main subject should be mentioned. Now, it should be very short and clear cut. Why? Because a person may receive a lot of emails and one may not have time to read all of them. So, if he thinks that particular letter is very important, if he gets ideas what the email is about, he would read. If you wish that your email is read by somebody else, the person who you have sent, then better you make it very clear cut. So, short message, straightforward message should be written in a subject line. Now, whatever subject line is, accordingly you have to write a email. So, one subject, one email. That is very common thing. But there are a lot of confusions about email. Suppose you want to write two or three things in an email, then what to do? Because you mentioned one address, one subject in subject line. You cannot mention two or three subject in one line. It's very funny, seems to be very comic one, or nonsense you can say, if not comic. So three or four subjects you cannot mention in subject line. But in an email, you can write all those things. In one email, three or four things can be mentioned. But again, some people say that that is also a nonsense thing. One email about one particular topic, that's all. If you want to give some another message, then another email. Now, some people also think this is also nonsense. To one person, you are sending four email for four various topics. Well, certain confusions still there are. But even though what I wish to say, if you want to give three or four things in one email, even though basic out of three or four things, which is very important thing, you mention in the subject line and you write down very important messages into the main text box. So that is how emails can be written. Now that is I talked about only subject line. How to start? You can write down like a fax, uh, receivers senders address is not now necessary because you have already column 2, provided that you are sending email from your particular department, particular area, then you can mention that so and so department, so and so company, and then there is no need to mention the date because whenever email is sent to someone, it is indicating on which day the email has arrived. So no need of mentioning the date, no need of writing address, provided that you want to clarify some person and some department, then you can mention. Then you can go for a salutation, and again there is no need to receiver's address because it is already mentioned in 2 as well as CC or BCC. And then you directly go through salutation and main message is whatever you want to give and finish the email. At the end, you write down your name, who has written the particular email, because that person's email ID may be different and his name may be different. In a company, maybe a lot of people are working from one email or sending, for example, customer care. It is very common, but in customer care there may be many people. So who has a person sent the particular email can be mentioned by writing one's name. But it depends upon what sort of work you are doing. That is BCC, sorry, writing the message. Now, uh, I will talk about the language of email, and what should do and what not to do. But before that, let me tell you that with the email, you can also attach certain documents, files, whatever documents you want to send with the letter, they can be sent as many as you want to, provided that your computer or your network or data spaces allow you. For example, if there is a video file more than 25 MB, certain things may not be allowed, and for that you have to use another ways. So you should come to know that how much data can be sent or not. But uh, audio files can be sent, video files can be sent, uh, word files can be sent. So they can be attached, but provided they should be in soft copy only. So whatever is treasured, stored in your mobile or in your computer, you can use them. So that is how attaching. But remember that those files should be clear. I mean to say, not corrupted ones. Otherwise, other people's computer, mobile may not support it. There are other problems also, that if you attach more than things, the people may not look at. It may take a problem in downloading, as uploading is also a problem. Same way, downloading is also a problem. So you also have to think that the other people may have updated a version of mobile or computer, may have space or not. That's why, if possible, if it is necessary, then you attach, and again before you attach, think that how much it will support to your computer or your mobile, as well as receiver's capacity accordingly. Things, so it means you have to remain updated with the newest technologies. Well, so that is how attaching all sorts of documents, audio, video, and documents, etc. Another thing, that in letter writing, hard copy, when you improve the draft, it will be seen by the receiver also. But in email, because it is computerized version, you can improve, change, delete, edit, omit, all things can be done. So it's a great benefit, and whatever things you want to change can be done. There is no need to write down nota bene or not, or the last moment whatever corrections you want to do. All these things can be done before you send the email. So again, very much uh, advanced thing than the handwritten copies. You can also save sent emails, or later on also you can send. Right now you write down the draft and save it, and later on if you want to make some correction changes, and then you can send. So that is the way to write the email. So that is the thing about format. Now I want to go for the language of email. Now, uh, email should be first of all, remember, short, means basic ideas to be conveyed. Nobody will read your email if it is very long, because nobody has got so much time. An HR manager in a company will have a lot of emails. Whose email he will read and whose he will omit, it depends upon the what sort of message is there and what sort of message you have indicated in subject line. That will decide the reading abilities, rather readability of the particular HR manager's attitude, whether he would prefer or not. So, email language, first of all, it should be straight, not confusing, simple words, simple language. Whatever meaning is that, it is one particular meaning, not the other meaning. One to one communication. Immediately, one should be able to understand. So simple sentences can be helpful. And you think that what way? No doubt. Uh, when you write email, two things should be kept in mind, and that is whether it is a formal one or informal one. First of all, informal one. Let me talk to you. When email started, actually it was for personal use. It means you can communicate with your friend, your relative, or anybody to who you know. No any formalities to be followed. So anything can be written, anything can be communicated the way you want to communicate, not caring for the grammar, sentences, tenses, particular idioms and phrases, nothing. Or you think about capital letters, highlighting, changing the fonts, etc. No care at all, because it was personal. Even language, whether you are criticizing someone, appreciating someone, motivating someone, that sort of attitude in writing the email can be seen. Nobody cared, because it was meant for personal. But as the time passed and changes came, email did not remain for personal communication, even though it is now personal, but still it is now formal also. Means you are not writing email personally to your friend, but you are writing emails to an educational institute, an MNC, or a firm, or a research institute, or some well-known person. Many people can be there, many fields can be there, and hence you have to take care how to write. So that is a formal writing. When you always think about formal, first of all, your language should be correct grammatically. Means capital letters, punctuation marks, tense is proper. All these things should be uh, kept in mind while you write a letter, formal letter. Moreover, tone, that should be formal tone, not your personal emotions should be mentioned there. So, formal tone and short and sweet communication, simple language, not high-fi language. All these things must be kept in mind when you write the formal. Uh, Only think about what message and accordingly you write. In any email, uh, keep in mind, not please, that no anybody's criticism should be written. Don't criticize any person when you are writing email, because it is not the personal stage, personal way, because it is after all public. Even though, remember, email is a private, but nowadays lots of things are happening. I will also tell about all these things. that your email may be leaked, your email may be hacked, and whatever you have written, for example, bad thing, criticizing someone, then everybody or other people will come to know, and that may spoil image not only yours but the person who has received. So better avoid any sort of criticism when you write email. So that is the thing should be kept in mind. Another, don't use capital letters. I mean, uh, message in capital letters. Wherever capital letters are needed, you must. But message should not be written in capital letters. In netizen, in etiquette of writing email, it is known as a fleming, and it is a bad thing. Nobody would like to read your message if it is written completely in capital letters, because it may pinch to the eyes. It is displeasing, and that's why nobody prefers emails in capital letters. Another thing, don't use uh, cursive fonts. Better straight, simple, forward. Uh, any sort of fonts you can use. Basically, Times New Roman font is used, but any simple one, maybe Arial or other such uh, fonts you can use, provided that message is related to art or something, you can go for it. But again, because somebody would like to read, if it is confusing, then people may miss the message. So a simple font should be used. Suppose you want to highlight something, then don't underline, don't use italic. Better you make it bold, or you can use a single inverted comma, double inverted commas. That way you can indicate what is important, or even you can change a font of that particular thing, or you can also color that font, or you can also give a color background to that font, and same way you can draw attention to the particular matter when you are writing email. So that is how things can be done. So this is all about email, but in email there are some dangers which you should also know. As I told you, problems of hacking, problems of leaking, right? All these things may take place, and your message which you wanted to keep secret may not be kept at all. Don't think that email is personal, because many government agencies, hackers, or spies, they are keeping an eye on your email. And in newspapers you always read that many of the Facebook accounts or many of the so and so accounts have been hacked, data has been leaked, or data has been stolen. So such things may happen, and if somebody has done something wrong, it may be revealed at any level. There are many cases which have spoiled the people, and they have been leaked. We have an example, plenty of them. I will provide you when we meet. But some of the emails have been leaked, and some people had to lose their various highly handled positions. But if we take care that it is straightforward, nothing is to be uh, kept as secret, then no matter. Then email would be very useful. My dear friends, nowadays email is a part of communication. It is very vital. Government is also paying attention to it, insisting that each one should use it. You start using it. You can write email for complaints, for appreciation, and for many purposes. Whenever you buy any product, on that wrapper of that product You always read, they always write that your feedback are welcome. You send queries or anything to so and so customer care, or you visit so and so thing, drop your message, because they wish that people have their ideas on that way. And that is how one email may change lots of things. I have lots of things to tell you about emails, but right now we don't have that much time or even that this platform to share you certain ideas. Well, so that is how we end e-media and also the talk about email. If you have any queries, then let me know. We meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.